Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or hi if you're new. Today I'm going to be doing my April wrap up. Excuse the mess right there on my bed. But I didn't read a whole lot in April. I only finished 8 books in April, so it's not too bad. And no, not 8, 7 books in April, and then, wait, I did finish 8 books. Sorry, I've got my reading journal right here for my wrap up, and I've got my Goodreads open. So we're gonna talk about the books that I read in the month of April, and we're gonna go from there. The first book I read was called Chasing Shares. It's by Lynn Best, and this is more like of an alien kind of thing, romance, monster romance, and yeah, I didn't care for this one too much. I think I'm going to lower my rating to a 2 stars. I did have it as a 3 stars, but now that I'm remembering, it's a 2 star. I didn't really care for that book at all, so that's squat. It was a free book on Kindle, so figured why not try it out and see what happens. So the next book I read was I reread Death Note Volume 1, which I gave a 5 stars to, so really enjoyed this. This follows our main character, Light, who he's a grade A student. He's a high up end student, and he finds a mysterious notebook on the ground, and he picks it up, and then he sees somebody who shouldn't really be there, and a Shingami, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is a god of death, and they hold the death note, and which is what the notebook is called. And then these rules are whoever's name you write in the death book notebook in the death note, they end up dying. So if you don't find a way for them to die, they end up dying of a heart attack. So this is actually really interesting. I really enjoyed this first volume. So this contains volumes 1 and 2. So I really did enjoy this, and there is also with this a team of FBI agents, not FBI agents, the police force, who are trying to figure out who the killer is. So it's really good. I enjoyed it. So, and you'll see later in the month that I continued it as well. So if you like manga and haven't tried this, I would highly recommend this as well. So this is done. Then I finally finished a book that I've been reading since it came out in February. Yes, February. If you guys watch my vlogs, you will know what book I'm talking about, and that is, I finally finished House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. This is the sequel to House of Earth and Blood. So this I gave 3.5/4 stars to. I really enjoyed it, as more than I thought I would, and the ending cliffhanger of this book was like, what? I had to reread the name that was in the last word of this book. I had to reread it like several times, and I'm like, is that name really in here? If you've read this, you know what I'm talking about. So no spoilers, but and I have to wait a year for the third book. Seriously? So third book needs to come out like ASAP, right now, so I can figure out how these certain characters are going to come in play. So yeah, I am yeah, you know what I'm talking about if you've read it, that last word in this book. And yeah. So, mm-hmm. Yeah, so that, the name and everything. So, yeah, I'm the last word in this book is before the epilogue. You erase the epilogue. And then the last name, the last word in this book is like, they just really appear in here? So I'm rambling, but I kind of screamed when I saw this person's name in the last word of this book. So, yeah, if you've read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been rambling too much about this, so I'm gonna stop. But I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, and I can't wait for House of Storm and Shadows. I think that's the name of the third book, House of Storm and Shadows. So, finished this, enjoyed it, and now I have to wait for the third book to come out. So, this book was done. It took me a while, several months. Then I read Demon Slayer Volume 1, and I really enjoyed this volume. Enjoyed our main characters' interactions, their brother and sister. So, yeah, I enjoyed this first volume. I gave it a 4 stars. So, this is my next volume. I'm completing alongside with Demon Slayer. I also read Demon Slayer Volume 2, which I also gave it 4 stars. Again, enjoyed, loved, going to continue this series. There's only 23 volumes of this, so I'll be able to get these pretty soon and go from there. So, yeah. So, I'm excited to continue Demon Slayer. I have volumes 3 and 4 ready to read on hand. So, that's done. Then, I read Stoneheart, which is a novella, a Dark Olympus novella by Katie Roberts. I don't remember where you need to read this first, I think, but I didn't read it first, and I gave this a 3 stars. This follows Medusa, so who is the current Athena's right hand man, and whenever she wanted something done, Medusa went and did it. So, finished that one. Then, that was the ebook. This was a library book, and I already returned it to the library, so I don't have it anymore. And that is Undercover Bromance, and I gave that 4 stars. So, and then the last book I read for the month was Death Note Volume 2, and I also gave it 4 stars. So this continues. This is 3 and 4. So, yeah, I enjoyed. Can't wait to continue. So, those are all the books I read in the month of April. Let me know down below if you've read any of these. I would love to hear your thoughts. And like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.